Idubbbz. It seems you're a glutton for punishment, my boy, because Idubbbz has apparently decided that streaming is more important than kids with cancer, okay? The last creator clash that didn't happen was all as a result of Ian Jamha. Yes, he took his wife's name, of course, because betas always do this. He couldn't stop himself from getting into drama, and he literally has trauma from the epic L that was handed to him by an Ethan Klein. And ever since then, he's just been on a downhill spiral. I can't remember the last video I watched from Idubbbz, but apparently he's decided to go in the mud with Ethan Klein because he put out an H3 content cop. I did watch the H3 content cop. I didn't make a video on it. Mostly because it was so trash. I wanted to, but nobody agrees that it's a good video. That much can be said, right? I don't need to make a video for everyone to find out that it was trash. All you need to know is that it was trash and nobody liked it. Well, apparently Idubbbz thinks that instead of helping kids with cancer, he's going to start his streaming career. By the way, Anissa was also supposed to stream, and then what happened? She announced the resurgence of her OnlyFans, of course, because what could be more important than helping out kids with cancer and screwing over all the fighters that participated and spent months training, all the hard work, blood, sweat, and tears that went into the event that didn't end up happening? I know. Booty pics for $6.99. Yes, sirree, folks. For the price of a Popeye's chicken sandwich, okay, you could probably buy Anissa's OnlyFans spicy videos, okay? Now, when you put it like that, now that's a hard decision to make, okay? So I'm looking in the comments of Anissa's return to content creation. Now, one would think because she said she was going to do streaming that, she was going to do streaming. Turns out, no, she's going back to selling cheap photos for $5.99, okay, plus tax. You find her husband right over here saying, I love succubi. I love succubi. Who? Sorry to those who have never experienced the love of a succubus. 433 likes. 499 comments, bro. Oh, I almost don't want to click. No, who am I kidding? I'm lying, bro. Idubbbz right now. Classic. You're a shell of a man, and I'm astonished you have any shred of dignity left. No, it's because he's past the point of dignity. He's already into shameless mode. The love of a succubus. Oh yeah. If you guys don't know, there was a point where Idubbbz and Anissa were doing their podcast in apparently Anissa's mom's basement, and this is what it looked like. You have no self-respect. I almost feel sorry for you. Fortunately, I have not experienced being a cuck, Ian. That's not something to brag about. Ooh. I love demons. Demons and possessed individuals are great. Idubbbz 2025. Sam Hyde is right. You need Jesus Christ badly. Dude, your soul. My goon. I expected nothing less from King Cuck. You're broke. You're chairless. You're a cuck. You're bald. Oh, no. Wait. I have actually only listened to their streams. This is Kino Casino, but this is looking at the head movement. I used to look forward to coming home from school, making a bag of popcorn and watching your videos. It's never too late to seek Christ. Oh no! This is so badly edited. I love it. But the neck is intact. Bro, that's awful, dude. I just love how it's badly made. That's awesome. Y'all can't be this broke. Remember when Anissa said on your shitty podcast that she doesn't even want to do OF? Guess you guys really fucked up since your wife has to go back to making porn. Ian is the kid who just he touches the hot stove, but he can't help himself from going back to it. He just can't help himself. And for some reason, he thinks he's the kid in the pool who everyone's laughing at him, but jokes on them because the what is it? The outer layer is full of pee. Meanwhile, he's in the circle where it's clear, but he still feels bad because, oh man, they're all making fun of him. No, it really just is. He peed his pants in the pool and everyone's laughing at him. For $4.49, we all get to, brother. It's weird because in retrospect, you can see that like when the fan base was divided between people who were like, who cares? It's their lives. Like they can do what they want. And the people who were like, no, this is totally gay. Turns out, Idubbbz, you can't force people to respect you. Honestly, like that might have been the one thing that's been chasing you throughout this entire time. Is that you try to do crazy, cringe, like out of touch, boring content and you make weird decisions, and yet you will expect respect, even though you keep claiming you don't care what anyone thinks. Most of your fans, I guarantee you, are just haters. But frankly, the L's can't stop coming through. I don't know what you guys think, but Anissa's got Ian by the balls, and he's got no personality anymore. He's boring. He's literally been emasculated, unrecognizable. Spare me any notion of me being, oh, a racist salty ex-fan that just wanted him to say the N-word. Nobody buys that, okay? We just thought Ian was funny. We just thought at some points he made good points. He made them. But now he's decided that he wants to pander to the left. BreadTube is his new friend. But he's too dumb. He can't comprehend. He doesn't understand anything about politics. We have a video by Yeet. Idubbbz says he's been having so much fun watching Ethan Klein and Destiny go at it. Hints that his next video will likely be a full response to all the slanderous comments via H3. I feel very free to speak my truth. It doesn't help to be super reasonable.
So much fun watching the fucking H3 thing, like, just go nuts.
By the way, this guy was so broken by the time H3 was done with him that he was the guy who said that he was done with drama and that he wasn't going to mention him on stream. Now, all of a sudden, he's come back and he's happy. He's gleeful that stuff was happening to H3. And if you don't know, H3 got a video, a content cop made on him by his very best friend, Idubbbz. Okay, it was a failed hit piece. The intro alone with everyone doing the Fortnite L dance was so cringe. So awful. Yeah, it's so funny to see this guy who lost everything. Like, he literally had a third creator clash come out of nowhere after the second one failed, and then he made a third one for seemingly no reason, except I guess he likes to be humiliated all the time.
It's been like a new little surprise every day, and it makes me happy. I want to like react to some of the slanderous comments about me in like a stream in the future. I think I'm gonna release a video and just promote the stream and then fucking spill my guts on stream once we're in September. Be careful, bro.
Glad to know that Idubbbz is so happy with his decision to screw over all the fighters in Creator Clash 3, screw over the charity, screw over the kids with cancer, so he could return to fight like a pussy, because he is one. Understand that when it comes to H3 versus Idubbbz, he lost, okay? Just like he lost to Sam Hyde. Even though Ian came in the documentary trying to own Sam Hyde, and then he lost to H3. But he can't handle taking a loss to H3. He wasn't able to do that with the content cop H3. And not even the content deputy saved it. Now he has to rely on other people to go out and make fun of him or make videos on him just so he can stand in the corner, stand from the sidelines and laugh because they did apparently what they couldn't do.
Yeah. No, there's nothing to be careful about now. I feel very free to speak my truth.
There's nothing to be careful about. Very, very interesting that he would say this. There's nothing to be careful about. Not like, again, Creator Clash 3 and how you weren't careful about that. How you screwed over the creators. You screw over the fighters. You screw over the people who were going to get cancer money. You screwed over your coach and his wife. By the way, that's true. His coach's wife is a survivor of child marriage. And when she asked Ian and Anissa for help, they got left on red. So don't forget where this guy's priorities lie, guys.
Yeah, I agree, Bri. Yeah, because it really doesn't help to fucking play by the rules and be like super fucking reasonable. I think there's a time where you need to like pull back. I even said it in
So now Idubbbz is saying, oh, playing by the rules doesn't work. You know what he's saying there, guys? He's saying that, hey, guys, when I went toe-to-toe with Ethan, I lost, so I can't win in terms of making arguments. Didn't H3 invite this guy on the podcast to hash it out? It's all falling on deaf ears for Ian because he's not interested in going on a stream with Ethan to talk about this. He knows that the moment he does, he's going to get owned. Okay, not that it's really hard to own Idubbbz. I mean, shell of his former self, but you know.
my like content comp is essentially like, yeah, you can't keep volleying back harassment back and forth. But when people just like continue to do it.
Oh, you mean the harassment that that you did against Ethan and Hila because they simply asked you to vouch for them and say that they're not shitty parents? Remember, this guy collaborated with other creators who were against and speaking out against Ethan Klein. And undoubtedly, a lot of those people from those communities did send harassment Ethan's way. I mean, come on, are we H3 got sent a skull, and it wasn't even like a fake one. Apparently, it was a real skull. And you know what Ian did? You know what Idubbbz did when he found out? He laughed about it. Yeah, empathy, guys. Empathy at 32, guys.
But it's like, I'm just taking a bunch of fucking heat for no benefit at all.
You're taking heat because every time you open your mouth, you literally say dumb shit. Everything that comes out of your mouth is retarded. It's almost like you enjoy this. There is something to say. People telling you in your comment section that Ian must really enjoy this for like in a sick, twisted way. That it's like a humiliation ritual, that he's getting felted, he's getting destroyed. Because every time he posts a video, it's an L. Nobody agrees with him. He gets videos made on him. The guy that you once knew is not here anymore. And Ian is trying to act as though he can still excel at anything he chooses to do. Like, you're lazy, bro. You're not entertaining. You suck. Maybe if you put on the green suit and maybe you said, I'm gay, maybe that might be funny. You think all your past fans are bigots or something. You know, it's really telling where Ian's mind is, because I'm trying to see if I remember this correctly, but Ian was talking about how H3 was doing podcasts and all that. And he sounded like he was envious of Ethan. He really does sound envious of Ethan. And he almost sounds like he's judging Ethan because he didn't have to go through the same things as Idubbbz did. He didn't have to do all of that. And Idubbbz, for some reason, feels the need to say that, oh, in order to be funny, in order to progress in your career as a content creator, you have to endure some pain or some suffering. Like, this guy really believes he has to get like lashings on his back. He has to go through fire and hell in order to be funny. But that's just not the case. It feels as though the whole world has already moved on. And they've already tried and done their thing, and it's worked out for them. Meanwhile, Ian over here, Mr. Empathy over here, is not funny. He couldn't be funny if he even tried. And now he thinks he's virtuous. He thinks he's better than everybody because he's not funny. It's really sad.